Well, heads up about major road closures this weekend. Westbound 94 is closed between 35E and Dale Street in St. Paul. An even bigger closure in the other direction. Eastbound 94 is shut down between 35W in Minneapolis and 35E in St. Paul. Remember, Highway 280 is closed all summer, so your detour if you are going west is northbound 35E to 36 to 35W. And if you are going east, do that in reverse. 94 is set to reopen on Monday at 5 a.m. New this morning, we're working to learn more about an overnight incident in Minneapolis. This was a scene just before 2 a.m. this morning over at the 3200 block of 5th Avenue South in Minneapolis. According to the publicly available crime dashboard, there were reports of a shooting in this area. We've reached out to police and will update you when we learn more. Also new this morning, a house fire overnight in Minneapolis. This happened around 1 a.m. this morning at the 2500 block of Harriet Avenue. There were about 6 fire rigs there extinguishing that fire. Several people were seen inside. We've reached out to the fire department and will update you as we learn more. The Minnesota legislative session is almost over, and despite a broad bipartisan deal, advocates say there's still work to be done. There's less than 2 days left for lawmakers to get everything done, and the clock is ticking. Right now, DFL lawmakers are holding a sit-in protest at the state capitol as political pressure continues to build. They're demanding a vote on a comprehensive gun bill. Our Adam Duxter is live at the Capitol. Adam, what's the latest on this protest?
Yeah, Reg, it's still going on now. It's been going on since Thursday night. Lawmakers sitting in at the state capitol overnight, and it all centers around this gun reform bill that's already passed through the Senate. It is a bill that would put a ban on semi-automatic rifles and high-capacity magazines, amongst other violence prevention measures to try and cut down on gun violence. Republican House Speaker Lisa Demuth says the House already voted on this, and it failed in committees, but Democrats are refusing to back down. And these are videos that we got yesterday by House Democrats as the House chamber is still closed to us as the media. The families who have been impacted by gun violence are also pushing back against the response from the Republican Party. This is all a demonstration, Reg, that University of Minnesota professor Larry Jacobs says is different than what we've seen before.
This is a whole new ballgame in which you've got parents whose children were killed, who are standing there saying, let's not make this the continuation of random violence against our children. Make this the moment when we make a change.
Reg, of course, Professor Jacobs referencing families of the victims from the Annunciation school shooting, of course, took place less than a year ago in Minneapolis. Coming up in the next half hour, Reg, we'll hear from leaders on both sides of the aisle ahead of a gavel back-in today at noon at the Capitol. Still plenty of work to be done, but of course, since Thursday night, it has been a sit-in here in St. Paul.
Adam Duxter live at the state capitol. Thank you. During Thursday night's gun debate at the Capitol, there was a controversial confrontation. What was actually said is triggering debate. The debate ended without legislative action on the House floor. Republican Representative Elliot Engen, who voted against the matter, shared a message for Mike Moisky and Jackie Flavin, the parents of 10-year-old Harper Moisky, who was killed in August Annunciation shooting. Engen said multiple DFL colleagues then yelled at him to go expletive, shoot himself, quoting a video posted by GOP Representative Drew Roach on X.
There's a responsibility and a level of respect that needs to be shown within the chamber and the work that we do. That is not what we saw.
But DFL Representative Aisha Gomez, who can be seen filled with frustration in the video, says that's not what she said. In a statement, Gomez says she clearly said, think of them, not yourself. How about that? Something House Minority Leader Zach Stevenson echoed.
The video evidence of what happened last night is very clear that there was no violent rhetoric from Chair Gomez. There's absolutely no reason to remove from the committee, and frankly, it's a distraction.
The CBS News Confirm team analyzed all of the video obtained from the incident. They've yet to be able to confirm the accusations from Representative Engen is exactly what was said. We asked to speak with both Representatives Engen and Gomez. Gomez declined our interview. We did not hear back from Engen. Happening tomorrow, time is running out for the 2026 legislative session. Our Esme Murphy will break down the latest as House DFL lawmakers stage a sit-in over gun control bills. Then the race to fill Representative Angie Craig's congressional seat. State Senator Matt Klein discusses his run for Congress amid controversy for betting on his own race. And the Republican Senate Minority Leader joins us to talk about tax savings in the works at the state capitol tomorrow morning at 10:30. Dry and windy conditions are fueling wildfires in the Northland. 3 miles north of Twin Harbors, a fire has been growing since Friday afternoon. The area highlighted in red shows you who has had to evacuate. Those in the yellow are on standby. U.S. Highway 61 is also closed in spots near the fire. In St. Louis County, the sheriff says they're monitoring 8 wildfires. At one point, it was 17. All have been controlled, and now mop-up operations are underway. This video shows a fight near Gilbert, where the fire drove some people from their homes and shut down Highway 135. Officers are keeping an eye on that fire as it moves north away from communities. Police say it began in the back of a dump truck before spreading to nearby grass. As of right now, that fire is contained and the highway reopened. We'll continue to update you as we learn more. The playoff madness here in Minnesota has officially come to an end. The Timberwolves lost their do-or-die game 6 last night, which knocked them out of the series against the Spurs.